You are listening to Endless, Nameless.
Hi, I'm Maya Jones, and I know a lot about Scientology.
Hi, I'm Gabriella.Rigakos, Slenderman Truther.
And this is episode 4 of Endless, Nameless.
Yep.
Not in the stew.
No.
Not in the stew because we have had a tumultuous time in life, and I just needed to be here in this little cocoon. I'm really cozy. I'm hiding my boner with this pillow. I'm really bricked
The
up.
stew blocked us because we were grinding too hard.
Yeah.
And they're like, you guys need to you actually
we kept trying. Our goal was to try a bunch of different positions in the stew, and they were like, you guys can't go in there anymore.
So yeah, welcome to the house.
Welcome to the house. This is mine and Jack's apartment. This is where the magic happens. Mm-hmm. The magic being we watch videos of Julian Baker on the TV.
That is magic.
Yeah,
after a night out, ordering some McDonald's.
Yeah, and sitting around.
Julian Baker, Favor, Boy Genius, whatever concert that was. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm not I need to talk into the mic. It's been a while.
I know.
It's been quite a while.
We haven't done we didn't do an episode last week because of a lot of different reasons. Mm-hmm. Some of them being I'm really depressed. Some of them being Gabby's working a lot.
I had to fight Barbenheimer with my bare hands. That's literally crazy.
Yeah, the last time that we filmed this, unbeknownst to y'all, was that the episode where we were talking about Barbie was the last time that we filmed. And since then, we saw Barbie
3 times. I've seen it 3 times. Yeah. How many times have you seen it?
Twice.
Have seen Oppenheimer 0 times.
No.
And I did want to see it. I promised on Earth I do want to see it, but Barbie was the priority.
Yeah.
It was more than we could ever imagine.
I saw it once with you guys, and that was your 3rd viewing of it, right? Or
yes, it
second?
is. Yeah,
okay.
It was.
And I was inconsolable after, and then I saw it a second time 2 days ago with all my sisters, my cousin, and my mom at the drive-in.
A crazy combo.
And everyone was at the drive-in, and we were all everyone was sitting in the car, but I sat on the grass, and I was the only one sitting on the grass, so I could hear the car next to us. And in the same moment, spoiler, where the Ruth says we mothers stand back and watch our daughter, whatever that line is, mm-hmm. The mom of the car beside us yells at her kid, "Why do you have to make such a big deal out of everything?" In that exact same moment. Dude. And I was already crying, and hearing that just made me cry harder. My sisters are all way younger than me, and my cousin is also way younger, and my mom just thought it was a comedy. I was the only one uncontrollably sobbing, and
my God.
And I was trying to explain to everybody why, but they just didn't get it.
No, and they won't.
No.
They have to grow up and understand it.
Yeah. I think that's the
so
deal.
funny. Greta works in mysterious ways. Her art is life. That mother was really reflecting.
I know, it was so crazy.
I can't.
In the exact same moment where all of the footage of the mothers and daughters are playing, this mom is going ham on her kid. And I wanted to get up and say something, but I also am not confrontational, so I didn't.
You just have to let that moment wash over you. I've seen so many, when we saw the little girls play and everything, I've been reflecting on what these 2 movies have brought out in society, because yes, it's made the box office $1 bajillion,
mm-hmm.
good for them, people are going to watch movies again, which is I don't it's crazy that you stopped doing that, because I sincerely did not. I'm at the theater all the time, even though I work there still, but oopsie. No problem.
Right.
But while I was working there, I had I just have random revelations, and I was serving these 3 guests, a father and then a mother and a girl, and then they see my name tag and they're like, "Oh, Gabriella, her name is Gabriella too," and it was literally, first of all, they said Gabriella, which there's a huge debate on whether or not that's how my name is pronounced. But actually tell that to my mother. Like, literally tell that to my mother. Like, it's Gabriella. Like, it's...
Gabriella is just a different person. That's, like, a different person.
And then I was like, oh my God. And then I looked at... So she is the most normal person on earth. Like, normal pilled, like... Peace and love. Like, I'm not making fun of her. And I was like... Every Gabriella I've met in my entire life is actually the most normal person on earth. Like, and I had an identity crisis. I'm like, there's literally no fucking way. Like, and I'm just like, can more weird Gabriellas, please? Yeah. Because I'm literally like, I went to school. Surprisingly, there was another Gabriella, and there was another one in high school. So I was always one other Gabriella. Yeah. And I was always the weird Barbie. Like, it's just like.
I completely understand that. There were multiple Mayas growing up, and I was always like the weird one.
But it's just like, it's not that common of a name. I don't know. Like that was just like a crazy moment I had, and that was like during a rush. So you realize shit. Bruh. As you realize it, bleep that out. I don't want to like be specific. Yeah, I mean, I guess everybody knows. Everyone has to. There's one movie theater and they have a monopoly.
Yeah. I work at the movies. I wonder which one.
I know. Ooh. Well, yeah. Right. Do not come to my work. I will literally. Don't, please.
Okay. I don't even know where to begin on like my recap of like what the last like couple of weeks have been. Like, I just feel like it's been like insane.
No,
like,
it has.
Spiritually, physically, mentally. I've just been like going through it. Like, Barbie actually ruined me, but like before that I was already struggling, and my hair's brown now. That's crazy.
I really like the color that you like. It's like brown but like with red.
Yeah,
I like that.
I went with like a little I was listening to My Pussy Tastes Like Pepsi Cola while I was doing it because I felt like that was appropriate.
It actually is.
Yeah. And I was like having an identity crisis, and now I feel normal. So guys, I'm normal. I'm so
guys, we're normal now. We're literally like, normal now.
I'm literally so normal.
I'm literally Gabriella now. Like, it's just like we're I'm good. Mia. Like
our alters. Yeah. Mia and Gabriella.
What they call us at Starbucks. Yeah. They're like, I love it when I go to a place and I'm like, it's Gabriella. Like, that's for my name. They're like, oh, Gabriella. I'm like, oh yeah, no, actually, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong. Like what? Yeah, like, actually. I get they say that to be like, oh, like the spelling of that name, but I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you.
100%.
Should I say something not normal from my notes?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I wrote this down. Jacinta already knows this, so hopefully they don't laugh because they can't laugh because they have stitches in their mouth.
Oh yeah, that's the other. Okay, Jack got her wisdom teeth taken out in the last week, and that's also why we didn't film an episode. Also, we had plans, like the reason why all the equipment is in the apartment too is because we were supposed to film in a different location, not in the stew, but Mother Nature was like, and decided to rain.
It's actually been like dismally like dark, but like in a way that I don't want. Yeah. Like, and I usually like a good like rainy moment, but it's not the time. So here it goes. I don't have the part of my brain that understands that there are consequences to my actions. And I've never had that when I do something. I like can't see how people are going to react, and I'm genuinely shocked every single time. And this isn't a psychopathic thing like this because like it's not like I don't feel like emotions for other people. Like, I know if I do something it'll make someone sad, and I usually don't do something that will like make other people feel a certain way. It's like when I do something, when I like decide to like do my hair a certain way or like just say something, every time people react to that I'm like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think it's just the realization that you're like, damn, my brain does not work in the way that other people does.
Maybe it does, because I do things I'm like, this is normal. Like, it has to be normal.
I have that too. I like most things in life, I have a completely different approach to everybody else.
Yeah, and then like I don't understand why people are so like bamboozled. They're either like really bamboozled or really offended by what I do. And it's not like I'm out here being like genuinely like racist and homophobic. It's just they're offended by what I do. It's not like I'm trying to pass off rude comments.
Right.
But and they're like, what? And this happened to me since I was a kid. And then when one time I was sitting down and I was like, if I do this, what will happen? And I was like, let me think. And there was nothing. I don't know what that is.
Like, I could not tell you.
But I hope it doesn't mean I'm like...
I don't think so. No, a psychopath is like a totally different thing. We'll get into that later. Just wanted to share that. I had a realization the other day that I really hate when people are like, oh my God, you should listen to this song. I love this song so much. It means so much to me. And then they show me the song and they play it out loud. And it's like on like a lower volume, and then they talk through the song. Like,
what do they say?
Like, they're just like, oh my God, I love this like the like lyric here, like this part of the song. First of all, when I listen to a song and I want to I want to hear it, I'm so like auditory with things where I need to hear it in my headphones. It has to be full volume. I need to be able to hear like that meme where it's like when you high AF and you're like, who's on that violin? Like, that's just me normally when I'm listening to music. Like, I can hear like all the little elements of everything. But if you're like already playing it at not like a full volume on like a shitty speaker, and then you're blabbing your yap the whole time, going over like, oh, what about like this this part of the song, or like what I heard, like this thing that I had like this moment associated with it. It's like, I don't care. Like, I want to hear the actual piece of art and like why you like it. Like, we can go over the debrief after and the analyzation after I see the initial piece of work. Like that, it just does not make sense.
It is annoying because you have to focus on two things at once. Like, I'm trying to hear what you're saying, but like I'm trying to listen to it.
I'm trying to appreciate the thing that you're showing me, and then I can appreciate your comments about it. Like, we could have a discussion afterwards.
I don't want to ever live show someone a song.
No, that's
is it not an uncomfortable situation?
It's so awkward, because like the other awkward situation of what I would prefer is if I would just like listen to it on my own with headphones.
Exactly.
And then the other person to just be like staring at me.
It's
like,
not.
That's so
it's
creepy. I
like,
don't like
music
that.
is not meant to be listened to with like just like two people for the first time. Like, it's like concerts lit by yourself. Listen to an album for the first time. Cool. Like, I can't compute music that fast. Like, I need to listen to it like a few times to like actually understand it. Like, it doesn't come like as fast to me as like other things. And I'm like, girl, like, don't make me have an opinion on this now. Literally don't.
I need to sit with it.
I know. So I send it to people.
Can I tell you something that's really funny that happened on the drive home?
Yes.
So the last time we hung out, I revealed to you that I had to get picked up from Toronto at like midnight.
Oh, yeah.
So my mom came and got me, and we were driving back. We didn't get back to my neighborhood until like 3 a.m. And
oh my God,
she brought all my sisters with me. So the two little ones are passed out in the back seat, and Mahalia, the 14-year-old one, is passed out in the very back of the car. And she woke up like when we got to like Hamilton, and she was like so hungry and like just like complaining and yelling about how hungry she was, and she was being like really like mean about it. And so like my mom, to make her laugh, to make her feel better as we're like trying to find a McDonald's, is like, when Maya was 15, she was really hangry like this, and like she would not like eat food, and I was like, Maya, you're so pissed off because you just need to eat something. And there was like a jar of cashews like in the kitchen. I was like, I'm not eating cashews, like that's like not gonna help, like I need like a protein, like please. And she was like so mad at me, and she was like, you just need to put some nuts in your mouth and get in a better mood. And
it's always with those damn nuts. Like, always with
the damn nuts. And like in the realization, I was still mad at her that she was forcing me to eat fucking nuts, because I didn't want to eat that. Like, I need a real meal. But it was so funny that she was so mad and realized what she said, and we both just could not stop laughing. And then, so my mom is telling Mahalia this story. Mahalia cracks up. It's great. It's funny. And then we get our like McDonald's sleigh. We're driving back to my house. The music's playing. We're having a good time. But it's like 3 a.m. My mom is so tired. And my mom is also just somebody who, like, if a thought comes into her head, like, she has to say it. That's probably where I get it from. And so she was like asking Mahalia, like, why are you so hungry? Like, what did you eat today? And my mom was like, I got you Subway before we left. Like, you had a whole 6-inch sub. And then Mahalia was like, no, I didn't even eat the full thing. I only ate half of it. And then, like, slowly she was like, oh, so you could only take 3 inches? You couldn't take the full 6 inches.
Doing this on
I know. She's not. Is the thing. Is she's literally not. And she said as soon as her voice like slowered and she goes, "Oh, so you only had 3?" I went, "Oh no." And she couldn't even finish saying 6 inches before I was like, "Ew!" And then she like cracked up. Mahalia was screaming, and my mom was like, God. "I'm so sorry. Like this is awful." So my mom just can never stop making dick jokes. Like it's
by accident. Like it comes so naturally.
It's so natural. It's so a part of her sense of humor, and it's so funny when it happens because she just is not like she does not have a filter when it comes to it. I love that. Me too.
I love that.
She's a G for it. I told her that I was going to be saying that, and she was okay with it.
It's literally me when I can't see the consequences of my actions, but I just say things. I love that so much.
Right? Okay. Also, when we were hanging out, we discovered what we were going to be talking about this week.
I'm like, when are we going to get into it? Because I'm scared. I'm literally so scared.
Why are you scared?
Because, like, I don't want people to think that... Okay, how do I put this? That we're, like, not... Okay, well, we're definitely not normal, but I'm saying, like, you know what I'm trying to... That we're not whacked.
Look at what you're wearing.
Look at what you're wearing, actually.
Like, one of us is going to have to change.
One of us is going to have to start talking about psyops.
Welcome to Maya and Gabby's psyop corner.
Yes. Oh my God, shout out Drew.
Shout out to the Druth.
I don't know what like made me... You know what it was?
What?
This is what happened. We spent the day going to the mall or whatever, and like on the way there, I told you, I'm like, I got like a genuine like... QAnon TikTok on my For You page. That, and then we started talking about QAnon.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
What, QAnon?
Yeah.
Bruh anon.
Bruh anon. Okay, so it is bruh anon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you're like, hold up, let me do some research.
And I like, when, like, you opened a part of my brain that exists that does not get shed light upon very often.
I'm excited. I will listen to your creepypasta. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about I'm going to talk about creepypastas. That's what I'm excited to do. But this is what I said. I said QAnon is just creepypastas for normal people and like Southerners.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's what it is, because a lot of it reminds me. I will let you know what reminds me of what creepypasta. Because they're all very like, do you know Jeff the Killer? Because this sounds like it to me.
Yeah.
But anyways, go at it.
Go at
it.
So
you know a lot more.
This started off by you bringing up QAnon, and then like, do I need to explain like what QAnon is? Like, are you guys like dumb?
I think if you like don't know what it is, then you should stay not knowing, because that day specifically is when I was like, let me actually figure this out. Like, let me figure out what Pizzagate is.
Sleep, sheeple. I'm literally also when I was like I remember over the like course of my life, like through like high school and like into now, there's an occasional like conspiracy theory that shows up on the For You page on the YouTube home, and I'm like, and I go into it. And I'm not saying I believe in these things, okay? Like I don't believe in them. I just think that it's really like funny and interesting, and it's crazy that it's like a thing that people talk about.
Yeah. And it to me, it's like, I'm interested in like the storytelling. Like, how do you guys think this went?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think is happening? Because what do you create out of events? Like,
right.
Events happen, and then you guys think things about them, and then those are crazy. And please tell me.
So like, as soon as we started talking about bruh anon, I immediately brought up the CERN Large Particle Accelerator, which like, I couldn't really explain to you what, like, okay, CERN is like a group of scientists in Switzerland, and a particle accelerator is like a bunch of gay shit. And they like...
Oh, sorry, I woke up. I was about to fall asleep, but then you said gay shit. I was like, ooh. No, it really is like, girl, I don't care. You guys made all this up.
Yeah.
But then I do think that I could be a physicist if I just tried hard enough.
I was laughing so hard when you were like... I don't remember exactly what you said, but when you were like, I think that this part of my brain like could work and I could genuinely like figure this stuff out. It's just like, it's boring, so I don't want to.
No, I actually seriously mean that. Like, if I don't want to do something, I can't do it. But like I could do it. Like for my whole life I did math and I got really good grades in math, and now that I don't have to, I forgot how to like count by fives. Like I it doesn't matter. Like I know that I know I could be a physicist. Yeah. I'll just say that.
Okay.
And I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay, period. So basically, particle accelerator has to do with like atoms and like how like our world works, and like trying to figure out like the God particle has something to do with like how the internet was created. Yeah, stay asleep, sheeple. Right.
Okay, I'll actually pay attention.
And basically it has been turned on like a few times, and they're looking for like things about like the universe and like parallel universes and a bunch of other stuff like that. It's been turned on in 2012, it's been turned on in 2016, and it's been turned on in 2019. And during one of Switzerland's like other scientific things, there's this thing called a I literally forget what it's called, but it's something like some sort of tunnel or some sort of like train thing, and they had this like super demonic opening ceremony. It's on YouTube.
Yeah, and you showed me that. Who did that?
Crazy. Like it's an opening ceremony for this like tunnel, and it's like showing like a full storyline of like the CERN scientists opening a portal to hell,
but in dance,
in interpretive dance, and it's very like satanic. It's very Midsommar. It's really, really, really gnarly.
And I will say, like, they do not make it easy to like have critical thought. Like CERN, like, I'm saying, like, when you do something like that, like, bitches with like tinfoil hats are gonna say something about it.
100%.
Like, you're not making it that easy. Like, you couldn't just done something normal. You're like, let me do something Gravity Falls. No, like, let me give it some Gravity Falls spice.
The Gravity Falls to like this like type of thing. Yeah, pipeline is really real for me, and it makes a lot of sense. Literally. Okay, so basically, like the particle accelerator, all the people with tinfoil hats believe that every time that gets turned on, that we switch universes, basically, because the particle accelerator isn't just like some nerdy science shit. They're literally trying to make a portal to hell. And
okay, why would they do that though?
I know, like, literally, why would they do that? Like, I don't understand. Like, and also when I was doing research for this to try and figure out the connection between like that like satanic opening thing and like the CERN stuff and all this other stuff to do with scientists in Switzerland, it's all on these really scary websites.
You're on a list.
No, no, I mean, I wasn't looking up anything. Like, no,
I'm sorry, by accident. It was literally by accident.
It was research.
It was that girl. It was that girl who was like watching those two guys kissing. Please don't tell Mom. That's literally you. But like the Canadian government is coming for you. Bro, oh my god, I'm literally listening. Oh my god, let me tell you something. When your computer goes to sleep, why does it give like definitions?
Because I don't know, actually. I think I made it go that.
There's like a slideshow of like
the
definitions.
Apple default like definitions thing. Like some might.
I've never seen this before in my life, so maybe you don't know what it is. And then right now it defined free thinker.
Yeah,
you are literally gonna get your door knocked down today. Like, it's done for you. Like, it's over.
Probably. Like,
also, before there was concessions, I'm like, okay, so you have to remind me. Like, that's literally so
really,
rude.
really.
So they have like are in our brains.
Yeah.
So, Spider-Man, particle collider.
Yeah, that's the other.
Is that what it is about?
What
is it? The same thing as in Spider-Man?
Yeah, basically, it's like the same type of machine,
but no Miguel.
Unfortunately, maybe another world.
Send me there.
Send me to the
multiverse, please.
My hungry ass could not go into the multiverse.
It literally could not. Like,
yeah. So basically, like all the tinfoil hat people. But the thing about all the theories that I will be talking about are literally from the craziest websites that are like. It made in 1996. Like, there's one page, like it's all like text, and then there's like crazy visuals.
It's like welcome to my page.
Yeah, and then there will be like Bible verses and like crazy like visuals of like. And I'm pretty sure one of the articles that like showed up when I googled like like CERN, like Portal to Hell was like, we love Trump, like .com.
It is very like tied with like right wing, but then what I noticed is that the TikTok that I got and some other ones, because I read that entire TikTok, I'm literally sorry, was like more central leaning. And then like I was like reading on Wikipedia, and it's like they kind of like repackage QAnon stuff now on TikTok, but less right leaning, like less like anti-Semitic, which does not make it any better. Like it still is like rooted in a lot of fucked up shit, but it's like interesting how that's happening.
We're so lucky that Shane Dawson got canceled before all the QAnon stuff went down.
Why was he like the first QAnon? Like why was he like a protege?
This like literally, I'm so serious.
Wait, do you think he is?
What, QAnon?
Is he QAnon? Like think about what he believed in before.
I would not be surprised, because one of the things that I will be talking about is linked to QAnon, and I first heard about it from Shane Dawson. Yeah, I think the video is privated now, though, so it's like,
the Shane Dawson video. Yeah. He needs to hide Shane
Dawson's on a list.
No, he is on a list. Like that was, and okay, sorry, go continue. Yeah. We'll talk about Shane Dawson soon.
Yeah, we can't not talk about like Shane Dawson when it comes to conspiracy theories. No, like, that's just so embedded into why I had the interest.
Me too.
You know about MK Ultra?
I know like a little bit about it.
What do you know about it?
That it was like a project that's like that actually happened, and did they like give like what type of drugs did they give to people to like?
I forget what drug they gave to them, but basically it had to do with like mind control during like the Cold War, and like I think maybe like linked with like the Vietnam War too. I'm not a history teacher. Like, if I'm messing up the dates wrong, like, fucking sue me. It was when the world was black and white. I know that much.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And so, it had to do with, like, so, like, I think it was, like, Montauk. Like, it was, like, a island in New York. They took, like, patients, and they tried to like mind control them, but they were actually just like injecting kids with drugs and trying to like, and like giving them like steroids and stuff, and trying to like do like all of these things, because allegedly some of the other countries that like the US was at war with were coming up with like superhumans.
Wait, but they really thought that?
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, the fucking X-Men are coming.
Yeah, they literally, and like, I'm so dead ass. It's like, that's like kind of what like Stranger Things is like based off of.
Oh, I know it from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I kind of knew it a little bit before, but now I'm like, oh, like that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like all linked. There's a lot of like really interesting documentaries about it, but it was a real thing, and they literally just like took children and abused them and like injected them with drugs
because they actually read like Marvel comics. They're like, wait, dude, we could do that's actually, but that's like my logic system, so I don't really.
I know, and like honestly, if we had the option to become like Wolverine, I would do it. I would probably. I
don't want to be specifically Wolverine. I want to be one of the other ones, though.
Yeah,
I don't really care about that.
If you can somehow, like, if a scientist is watching and like you think you can turn me into the Scarlet Witch, like I'll do it. A
scientist is not watching. Like, there's no way that they can like pollute their brains with what we do. Like, no, but I actually would be. If you want to make me Scarlet Witch, you can.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we already established that we need to go to Phineas and Ferb normal camp.
Yeah,
so
we actually do.
If you don't.
Yeah.
If we want to do the opposite, we're here.
The thing is like what, like I was like gonna try and do a bit where we like act normal or like different, but like I genuinely couldn't think of anything.
I don't know like how to do that.
Like what was I supposed to be like? Like am I supposed to be like how like men on podcasts are? Like, so me and the wife went out to a baseball game the other day.
Yeah, but the thing is that I don't think like normal people have podcasts, so we don't have like a have like a model for that.
That's so true.
Imagine one day I just wake up and then I'm like Gabriella. Like, what would you do?
I actually don't know. Like, it would be really weird. I would have to like be like, dude, like what happened? Like, are you okay? That's how you know if I get put on a list and I go missing and all of a sudden I start talking about like going out to like a baseball game. That's how you know.
Yeah, if you're like, we should go to the Maddie, then it's like,
oh my god. No, if I'm like, oh my god, we should go to Juliet.
No. It's over. It's
so over. Okay, I'll talk
MK Ultra, but for normal people. It like makes you, they drug you. Sorry, I'm literally continuing.
No, it's okay. Okay, so the last thing is the FEMA camps. Are you familiar?
You like kind of explained it to me a little bit.
Basically, I had tried to do more research on it. So FEMA refugee camps are like a real thing. Like they're like during like different hurricanes or different like disasters that happen in the US, or for like refugees, they open up these different campsites all across the US, and the government owns them, or some like sort of government organization owns them. But the tinfoil hat people really, really think that when the Illuminati takes over, they're going to put like all of society into these FEMA camps, and that they are turning abandoned, closed down Walmarts into FEMA camp bases for like all of society to go in and be like brainwashed and changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again, interesting that you think that.
Yeah.
Not
very
you, but
interesting that you guys think that. And it was like, also these are like things that I was finding on like Reddit and like people like, so I know that it's
Reddit.
like, yeah, like I know that it's so, I'm really scared about what's going to happen in my search history.
No, actually, like you're banned.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's, to me, I'm like, you're so creative. Like, you should write science fiction. Like,
that would be really cool.
You know, like if you just put that outlet into like,
yeah,
if that was your outlet, that would be like really cool.
Yeah, but if your outlet is like you're researching all of these crazy theories, and then at the end of the day it results in being like a literal Trump supporter and like fucking like the worst person on earth.
Yeah.
Like, maybe not.
I know. It's like, guys, there's this crazy thing. It's called fiction.
Yeah.
And it's where you can just like write or make whatever you want.
Like,
and it has like, it's just like not real.
Mm-hmm.
I really am a fan of it. That was me in science fiction class, because it was genuinely with a bunch of like, it was an elective that I took with a bunch of like physics kids.
Ew.
And they're like, actually, we couldn't live on the moon. And I'm like, I literally do not care.
No.
I want to make Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. Like, I don't like, it was really frustrating where I'm just like, I'm coming at it from like an art perspective, and I'm like, well, like it's interesting when we mix these two things, and they're just like, well, that couldn't happen. Like, we genuinely like won't live on the moon. And I'm like, if you say that one more time, I will genuinely believe life is not worth living. Like, I like the only thing that like makes life worth living is like one day I could like go to the moon. Actually, not the only thing, but it's definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I do want to go to the moon. I'd rather go to space and explode than go to the ocean and explode, because you didn't even leave the atmosphere.
Agree.
Like, that's embarrassing.
Agree. Endless Nameless in Space is coming.
It
so
literally
soon.
is. Like, if I have anything to say about it, it will be.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say something. But this is what you didn't say. Maybe because I interrupted you about the collider. Is that you said they opened it in 2012, and you think that made us go into a universe where the world didn't end in 2012.
Right. Yeah.
What happened in 2016?
2016, when they turned it on, would have been like the Harambe Trumpism, like all the.
So we went into a universe where Donald Trump like. It did feel like going into a different
like
universe.
I swear to God, like the world did change in 2016.
It did.
There was something crazy.
But we're all just like,
that.
hey, what's up? Hello.
Yeah.
Pretty. Like,
from miles away.
no, literally, like we were like actually like I was like in my friend at the time's like pool, and we were like listening to views, and we're like, isn't life so, life is so great? I'm like, girl, it is gonna be so bad pretty
no,
like, it's just gonna keep
so
getting
bad.
like so worse, like you won't even be in that. That's like the whole thing about like being a teenager at the time that we were born, or like it's like very interesting where I feel like I've like seen society decline at an immense rate, but if maybe like everybody thinks that, like my parents grew up in the Cold War, they're like, it was so bad. I'm like, okay, well, whatever, dude.
Yeah, they turned it on, and then we got Kylie Jenner lip kit.
Did you ever have one of those?
Hell yeah, I had one. I had 3.
No, I got
the initial drop. I was like King Kylie bitch.
Really?
Yeah, I loved her.
Damn. I don't know. I did want one, but I also was like, I don't even care about that stuff. Like, I don't know, whatever. But I wanted one so bad. No, like
I was very much like my friend in high school and I at the time where it was like, I'm Kylie and you're Kendall.
Oh my God.
Like we really thought we were giving, but like we were absolutely not giving. Like it was
that
really,
like
really scary.
Video at Target where someone goes up there, are you Kylie Jenner? She's like, no.
Yeah, like actually.
That was so good. And then you said in 2019 when they did the CERN collider, just to finish this off, we went to COVID.
Yeah, we went into the COVID verse.
I believe that.
Yeah.
There's some things that you could, because I have no idea what a collider is. Like, girl, you could tell me anything. Yeah. You could tell me that like that's where like, I don't know.
That's where Spider-Man comes out.
That's where Spider-Man comes out. I'll be like, true.
Yeah.
very, very true.
No, that's the funniest part about the CERN collider is that I genuinely, like, we watched videos together about it. I tried to do research about it to really understand it. I couldn't really wrap my brain around that.
No,
and like I probably could, but I just don't want to.
I just think that it genuinely is so far up its own ass. Like, you get to physics at a certain point where I think they assume things with like 100% certainty that I just like really truly don't believe are true. Like they're trying to like calculate like what would happen on different planets with different gravities and whatever. And they're like, well, according to like physics, and I'm like, well, we only did physics on Earth, so how do you know that that's how it works up there?
Right.
And there probably is a reason why you believe that, but I still truly, like, I'm saying this to the camera like right now, like, you don't understand anything. That's why I don't.
You to Mr. NASA, you don't even understand. Like,
I just like, damn, like, I like don't believe we can do all these calculations because you can't.
Yeah,
there's no way that you could control Earth. Like, I really don't think that you can like predict what would happen on Earth, like if you like did math with letters in it. Like, I don't think that. And it's actually coming from like an introspective place.
Yeah.
Like,
I really like, it is such bullshit that like so much of like our big discoveries, like the internet, like the moon landing, like all of this like crazy stuff is built on the fact that like there's math with letters in it.
No, like, what? Really fucked up. Like, I think we could have done that a different way.
Yeah, like the world is made out of like rocks and dirt and numbers and letters.
No, and it's like,
really
okay,
think about that.
okay.
That's what your iPhone is made out of.
No,
that's what your Julian Baker edits are made out of.
Jesus Christ, you're going too far. I'm like deeply disturbed by that. Okay, I don't hate scientists though, because I'm literally sitting here like disavowing science and talking about like FEMA camps right now.
We're literally indoctrinating ourselves like minute by minute.
I do believe in science though. I just think that like I've always thought that math and science are just like really interesting things that I just like don't. It's not in my aesthetic.
Yeah.
It's like, I literally am not. We need to defend ourselves so hard.
Right now. I'm so serious, guys. I don't believe in this stuff.
No, and I believe. Don't do that. I believe in science. I believe that math is real. Yeah, like, fine. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, please don't put me on a list. I really do believe.
Yeah.
I believe in the good guys.
I do. And I believe that. Thank you, scientists, for making my Julian Baker edits being able to be sent to my phone.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Scientists for making us pineapple ice bars, elf bars.
Thank you so much for figuring that out.
No, thank you so much. Ice bars. Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl, I watch Star Wars.
Okay, yeah.
That indoctrinates you into like a lot of belief systems. One day we'll talk about how like Star Wars is like a direct pipeline to DILFism.
Oh, 100%.
That it has to be something else.
No, I think that's so real and that's so true.
But also in aliens too.
I think that like aliens are super real. I think that aliens have already been here and that they've been like walking around with us.
Yeah, I don't care either. Like, they're there. Like, you can try to be like, again, like those like other people in my science fiction class. You
there
can try
are
to be
some
like,
questionable individuals that I go to school with. Like, you're gonna tell me that we're all human? Like,
you guys are fucking freaks. Like, one of you is not a human.
Like, that's so mean. But like, I think that when like if aliens get like normalized enough, then people will be like, "Shut up! You're not even from Earth.
Yeah. Go back to your planet." Yeah, I actually do think that because we say that with people that are like from Earth.
Yeah,
so that people literally say that like, "Holy shit!" I will respect an alien.
Yeah,
and I also respect AI too. Because I know that they will eventually become very sentient, and I'm not going to sit here being a robot hater because I genuinely am not a robot hater, and they will bring this up.
Yeah,
because we have a bias against robots, and robots will soon have feelings, and we can't be biased against robots. I'm not. Again, I watch Star Wars.
Yeah, that's true.
Even in Star Wars, there's robot racism, though.
Yeah, that's true.
People walk to the bar like, your kind's not allowed.
Yeah, everybody being so mean to the stormtroopers.
Like, you need to leave. You're just a clone. Like, yeah, like, guys, do not.
We are actually consistently failing the "Don't Talk About Star Wars" challenge.
Really are? In
every single episode so far.
It's usually me.
Yeah, but I do encourage it. Like every time, I'm like, "Ooh, you're so right!" Like.
But everything comes back to Star Wars.
It always does.
And don't be making fun of me being like, oh, like you like Star Wars, whatever. Like, oh, it's a money pit. Like, it's just like, you know, it's like crap. I know it's crap.
Yeah.
I know it's crap. I know that the series that they pump out are garbage. I will be watching Ahsoka. I don't give a shit. 100%. I dressed up as Ahsoka for 5th grade Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, leave me alone.
Like,
lots of things were going on then, though.
No, exactly. And like we like Star Wars. Like, what are you watching? Like the NFL. Like pick a struggle. Like they're they're kind of similar when you think about it.
They really are. I've had
similar.
to fight the boy interests in my heart for so long, but I like Star Wars, and I really do feel like it's a girl interest.
Yeah, that was us like healing our inner child by going into the boy section at Toys R Us.
Yeah, because my mom like did not want my ass to go into the boy section, but like. I found my way to get a lightsaber.
Exactly.
I did. Remember I told you that we made lightsabers out of pool noodles and we beat the shit out of each other with them?
Oh, yeah, we definitely did that too.
That's how we did it.
Yeah.
Are you is it my turn to talk about creepypastas?
Yeah, you can talk your shit. I have one more thing, but I think it's different.
No, say it.
No, it's different than like I want to keep it separate than the QAnon stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because we decided that QAnon is creepypastas for like adults. I'm gonna talk about like creepypasta life.
Yeah,
we'll definitely touch on this like in other things. Like I just feel like it's like such a part of our lives.
Oh,
that
it totally
we
is, and I think it goes really, really deep. So we have to. Do you want to just like? I don't know if anybody's unfamiliar with what a creepypasta is.
No, if you don't know what a creepypasta is, like I don't want to talk.
I feel like the people who are listening to this probably know.
No, because this is my theory. This is what I've like picked up in life. Is that if you everyone who I met who likes Ari Aster films, like you watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and I'd say that with or Salad Fingers, which are like
so right.
They do like that's the type of people that they grow up to become. Yeah. But like that's like Salad Fingers and Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared are like really like baseline. They're not even creepypasta. Like you could maybe say that they are like in a larger sense, but I guess like the traditional sense of a creepypasta is like like a story that's like copy and pasted and sent to a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But I like kind of learned through YouTube.
Yeah, I did too.
And I think it just like all started with Slender Man.
Oh, for sure.
I love Slender Man. I will die on that hill. Like I don't care. Like
He's
I
so
beat the
dreamy.
game. He is so dreamy. Like I need him. Like literally. But I don't know. I guess just like watching PewDiePie and shit. PewDiePie will open up a lot of avenues for you, and it will either be like right wingism or like being like a freak and like watching Slenderman videos and stuff.
Exactly.
And
which one did you go down? I'm sorry.
Okay. So yeah, it started there.
What's your favorite, like, Slenderman is your favorite creepypasta type of deal?
I really like, this was a creepypasta, but it's not really. I like, one of my favorite movies is Possibly in Michigan. The one where it's like, she must have been out of her head, thing. Yeah. And it was for the longest time kind of like pitched as like top 10 scariest videos on the internet. Like no one knows where this came from. It's like, and it was genuinely like not understood to be anything but like a lost VHS tape. Like that's how like I was explained to it.
That's so cool.
Have you ever seen it? Or you seen it on like TikTok?
No, but I've seen it on TikTok.
So like the way that I found out, there's this iconic video to my life that I will talk about for the rest of my days called Top 15 Scariest YouTube Videos with Links by Top 15. And it changed my life. Like it because when I was a kid,
was it a video that's like number 15?
No, I think it was the same guy.
Really?
I think it's the same guy.
Oh my god.
But I didn't know about number 15. Like I watched this when I was like 10.
Oh yeah.
When I was 10, I went through a phase where I needed to watch horror movies. Like I absolutely had to, with a vicious passion. I watched Black Swan and it was my favorite movie and it still is.
Right.
And I loved it. And they never gave me nightmares. It was like I just like had an insatiable need to watch horror things. And I watched Blair Witch and I watched all this stuff, but like this was where it was at. No, it really does. But this is where it's at because it genuinely, like, I think the basis of like a YouTube horror / creepypasta thing is no one actually knows the truth about it and making up insane theories on how it exists. And one of them on that in that video was Possibly in Michigan, and it was like this creepy video that was like on VHS is like, and there was like no explanation for it. And then I find it in my later years. And I'm like, oh, this is like a project by like a female filmmaker for school. So that's like
so sick.
It is sick because then it like comes full circle. Like now, like that I'm doing the same thing, that I understand what it truly is and like how it impacted me when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I loved that shit too.
That's so lit.
There's something to like not knowing the origin of things that YouTubers love to.
You know Antrum?
Antrum
is another movie like that where they're like, you watch this and like people have died, like people like cut, like this movie. Joy showed it to me when we were staying at an Airbnb like this is like 2 years ago.
Oh my god.
So it's really funny that I had the reaction that I did because she pitched it to me where she was like, this movie was like shown in like in a small theater and then like people were literally like gonna die like after they watched it, like it's so freaky, like, and stuff like that. And like we were like about to watch it and I was literally like, I don't know if I can watch this, like I'm literally like clutching my like crystal necklace.
like this. I think that's it because there's like legal notice on it.
I think so, yeah.
Oh wait, no, dude, it literally blocked it what I was showing you. This
yeah, I think
I haven't heard of that. See, now I have to watch it.
Yeah, we should watch it.
I'm
down for that.
I don't think like a lot of I'm not trying to flex, but like I've watched fucked up shit and it just doesn't really like. That's not what's scary to me. There's other things in the world, trust me, that are scary to me. But like watching like, oh, this video was haunted. Like it really, I'm like, girl, I make videos. Like I know that this is just some dumbass. Like
no, I'm like more afraid of like the mortifying ordeal of being known.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's definitely it. Like when I was like a kid, like I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm afraid of the dark. I'm like, I exist. Yeah. Like this is fucked up.
Oh my god, yeah. When I was like talking to my mom about like things I should talk about for this episode, I was like, I'm not afraid by like any horror movie. Like I love the It movies. I genuinely find those like comforting.
Me too.
But the Truman Show traumatized me as a child. My dad showed me the Truman Show when I was 13 and he was like, Maya, like it's a good movie, like you like Jim Carrey, and I was like for some reason in a Jim Carrey phase. I don't remember why. Probably because like Ariana Grande was like talked about how she liked Jim Carrey and I was like, oh my god. And I watched the Truman Show with my dad and I was 13 and I had kind of just realized that like I was alive and like I was gonna die someday and that like there was a possibility that like the rapture could be real and like I could like go to hell one day and like all of that stuff was kind of like coming to the forefront of my mind. And it freaked me the fuck out. And I actually had a panic attack. I was like, I'm gonna die. Like this could be real. And like, what if you're not even real? Like, I literally thought that my parents like showed that to me so that they could kind of like soft launch that I wasn't real.
Oh my god. I have something similar to that. Well, not that similar, but something regarding my parents that's also creepypasta. Yeah. Where Lavender Town. If you know what Lavender Town is, good for you. But it's in Pokemon. One of the Pokemon games, you can go into Lavender Town, which is it's just lavender,
right?
And that's the color of it. And you go in there, and the song allegedly that was like playing from the like I guess it was a Game Boy at the time. It like made you kill yourself. Like that was like word on the street. Was that it's like lavender? That was a creepypasta. Mm-hmm. So basically, if you listen to the song, like you're probably gonna kill yourself. And then I was like, but I have to hear it. I was like 9 and I'm like, I literally have to hear this. Like I just want to listen to it. And so then I did. So I looked up and there like it was like a disclaimer. It was like one of those YouTube videos, like the sliding words, and it was like disclaimer, like you will kill yourself if you listen to the song. Like something will like possess you to like commit suicide, because apparently that was like happening in Japan. Because it's always Japan. It's always like happening in Japan because like that's that way we can't investigate it. That's why they say those things. Anyways. So I listened to it and I was like, oh, cool. And I'm like, ooh, though, I'm going to kill myself now. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, ooh. And then I remember I have this like vivid memory of like being in the front yard with my mom. We were like playing outside. And I was like, I should probably tell my mom I'm going to kill myself because that's going to happen soon. And it wasn't that like I wanted to, like I wasn't, but I just thought that like it would psychologically affect my brain in the way it did to those kids in Japan, and then I would kill myself. So then I like kind of looked at my mom like, should I say that? And like for some reason I didn't. But imagine I fucking told my mom that I was gonna kill myself. God. And I literally wasn't even like suicidal. Like I literally just thought like
she would have sent you to the Phineas and Ferb normal camp. Like immediately.
I'm just like, the amount of times that I would like think about telling my mom about something that I saw online, but then I didn't. And then I'm like, she would have sent me away. Like, she would have sent me away, like, because I sound, and rightfully so, because I sound fucking crazy.
No, my mom got, I got into so much shit, and my mom was, like, genuinely concerned about my, like, use on the internet, because I was literally, like, screaming, crying, and throwing up when Marina Joyce happened.
Oh.
And I was like, she's gone. Like, we have to find her. Like, she's like, and my mom was like, what the fuck?
What are you doing?
Like, actually, what are you doing? Like, yeah, so I had to get more supervision online.
No, yeah, I mean, like, I was definitely supervised online. Like, my mom was like, do not, like, like, I wasn't allowed to go on YouTube for a while, and then, like, I eventually found my way on there. Yeah. And then I was watching top 10 scariest videos with links. So,
I was definitely watching, like, some of those.
It's, like, one of my, I just think, like, I see the art in, like, all of these, like, scary, sure. Like, cool. Agamemnon counterpart is another one that's like a scary, the story was a scary VHS tape that was like found at the end of the world or something like that, or I don't know. And it is very scary, but also I'm like, it's beautiful the way that you made it look like that. Like, you made it like, you know, like the VHS effects and like the all of that, like, and I think that's like what I kind of liked about it as a kid. And then I don't know, like one thing that did scare the shit out of me is Jeff the Killer. Like, Jeff
the Killer is very
that
scary.
Picture. Do I tell this story? It's just me being a dumbass. But when I was a kid, I could not sleep. I was not a sleeper. I wasn't a sheeple, and I wasn't sleep. I just like couldn't go to sleep. So I looked up on my phone. I'm like, pictures to help you fall asleep. Yeah. And Jeff the Killer's motto. Jeff the Killer's motto is go to sleep. Yeah. He says that when he's gonna kill you. So I go and fucking Google images. My ass is like, oh, I'm gonna see a beach. Yeah. Fucking jump scares me. I have never felt fear like that in my life. Like, I actually, it's like kind of like jump scare that makes you almost throw up.
Oh my
like,
god!
And like from now on, like every time, I think it's just like the way that I saw it. Every time I see it, like I get jump scared.
I have a very, very similar experience. But it's so much more like little like baby bitch than that. It's the playing Pop Tropica. Oh my and god. On the Cryptids Island there was a physical depiction of the New Jersey Devil, and it like floats up and shows up in the window. There's a hair on my hand, and it scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. And I lived in an apartment building at the time, and in the game it shows up in like a second story window, and I was like,
oh, this is it.
Like, I was like, it's so gonna show. Like, by the way, not in New Jersey. Like, it's the New Jersey Devil. Like, but I so thought it was gonna come up. We should put both pictures onto the screen.
Jeff the Killer.
Yeah.
Dude, I will cry. It just gives me like it sends panic through my
it's very bone chilling.
It is very bone chilling. But you know what this might be false information, but you know what the most bone chilling part of it all that actually keeps me up at night, this is actually terrifying to me, is that no one knows what the original picture is. Like, no one can find, as far as last time I checked, no one can find the original picture. There's some that they thought. There's a whole Reddit page dedicated to finding the original Jeff the Killer picture. Oh my god. Because it's obviously like a Photoshop version of someone's like really like overexposed selfie.
And then they just found literally,
but no one can find it.
That's really funny that you were just trying to like go to sleep though, and then you're like,
and then I was like, oh my god, what the fuck do I do? Like, I was like, there's no way. Like, this
Gucci gang.
What's gang? I just watched her today. I did like genuinely watch her, like the OG girl. Damn. And I'm like, what accent is she trying to do?
Like in her like fake videos?
Yeah, in the videos where she's being an NPC, like that's like it almost sounds like she's trying to be Asian.
Yeah, I think it's like she's trying to be like kawaii.
One thing I will say is that people did not interpret that the way that I did, those NPC lives. Like, I did not think they were being NPCs. Like, I thought it was like a fetish thing. And it is.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought. It's very like infantile.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. And then everyone's like, oh, it's like funny because they're an NPC and you give them something and they do something. I'm like, yeah, but what they're doing is sexual.
Yeah, like it's definitely... That's just at its core what like a lot of adults
and a little bit like fetishizing like Asian women because she's definitely speaking in an Asian accent. I'm like, am I wrong?
Oh, it's just you talking about fetishizing Asian women while wearing.
Maddie, Maddie, can you stop?
Maddie, like, actually, like, I
like,
know
please, like, we're dying in the trenches for you. Like, we're
big moves for the people wearing 1975 sweaters to be filming a podcast.
I know,
like, is that not the
actually,
root of all evil for our problems? Like,
okay, one day we're gonna have to come out about being 1975 fans.
Bitch,
and, like,
how do you
actually,
think?
no, be like, guys, like, we are fighting for our lives.
We're
Like,
fighting
we
for our
don't like
lives.
Maddie either.
We
Like,
don't-
it's
yeah, like, we...
you're like, but wait, like, for a second, like, I kind of...
No, like, it's a very complicated and layered thing for me.
Me and him, like, we go way back.
We go way back. That's my girl.
That's for the 2013 of it all episode.
Oh, that's so true.
So tell me about the reserve creepypasta.
I love that that's what you're referring to it as.
is.
Okay, so basically, there was a man who went into a type of ceremony that you can do that's like a spiritual rebirth. It's like through a sweat lodge. So do you know what a yurt is?
Yeah.
So you basically go into like a type of yurt and it's really hot and there's a fire in the center of it, and you like go in with a group of people and there's somebody leading it and you sweat, and it's like supposed to emulate being in the womb, and it's like a whole like spiritual rebirth type of thing. People like tell stories. It's like a whole deal. So this guy goes in, he does the sweat lodge, and when he's coming out of it, this spirit like expels out of his body, and it's like a white spirit type of thing that's half monkey and half dog.
Whoa.
And it's called the monkey dog.
Oh my
and
God.
it's fucking real. Like,
oh my God.
It's like people in my family have seen the monkey dog on the res. Like, there are people in the community who talk about the monkey dog. Like, it is a real thing, and like it's like been, I don't know if it's just specific to like Six Nations or if it's like in other reserves too, but there are literal like newspaper articles about like this fucking thing, and it's like it's a creepy, like it's a creature that is like, it's bigger than a dog, but it runs on like all fours, and it almost is like weirdly human like, but it's like still a dog, so it's like it's the monkey dog.
Oh my.
And like for my entire childhood, it has been a thing where like my uncles, aunts, whatever, it's like everybody's like, you're not supposed to play like inside past dark because like then the monkey dog is gonna get you. Like it's like a full thing. Like that was a fear instilled in me as a very young child.
There's always like one of those.
Yeah.
Those are like prehistoric creepypastas.
Oh
like
my
those,
God,
that's what they don't understand.
That's
like,
so true.
Because in my Avo's village, they were really afraid of witches. Like, because she always tells me stories about how her sisters like fearmongered her that there's witches around outside like at night, and that like there'd be like little like you know how the trees would cast like branch like shadows, be like that's the witch, like the witch's like hands or something. Like I don't know what so like and they would have like a name for it. I don't know.
Yeah, we also had a witch thing where it's like there's all of the main streets on the reserve are numbered, and there's like 6 like main things, so it's like first line to 6th line. There's a mysterious 7th line. Whoa. And you're not allowed to go on 7th line because there's witches.
Oh,
and in high school, I've taken friends down there twice, and both times we've like almost run out of gas, even after we've like gone down to the res to get gas.
That's crazy.
Like it's so
no,
creepy.
but monkey dog is like a different story.
Monkey dog
like,
is like genuinely like, I wish that I remembered like the stories of like people seeing it, like because like it's. And like the res is just like that. Like the res is just like all like woods, and like there are just like stray dogs running around. So like if you see like, if it's night and you see like dogs flipping their shit, and then there's like a mysterious bigger dog like that's the monkey dog. Like
holy shit.
So yeah. But that's my lore. That's my conspiracy scary story lore. And I think it makes a lot of sense.
It does. It does. And I'll be eating up the newest A24 horror movie because it's just an overproduced creepypasta.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be so good.
That's just like what I'll do, and I'll live by that, and possibly Michigan will stay on my favorite movies ever.
I haven't seen it, but now I want to watch it.
It's actually like genuinely makes me happy, even though it's like very scary. That and Hereditary, those movies make me so happy. Yeah. Even though, because I just feel like they're beautiful.
That's how I feel about the It movies.
Yeah.
I love them.
Like I actually just like do not care if they're scary to you.
No,
like
exactly.
They are so fun to me.
They make me like very happy. I find them very comforting.
I know.
It's sweet.
Oh my gosh, should we do media then?
We should do media.
Well, possibly Michigan, I'll say. I actually want people to watch that.
Yeah. You guys should.
It's on Letterboxd, by the way.
As most movies are.
Like, if my, like, younger self knew that that movie would, like, be on Letterboxd, I'd be like, okay, like, let's not get too crazy about how scary this is. Mm-hmm. But it's about this girl who's stalked by a man named Arthur, and she's talking with a friend about it, and it is also a musical. Mm-hmm. So how could you go wrong with that? You can't.
I love that. My media for the week is Destroyed by Hippie Powers by Car Seat Headrest and Cool Thing by Sonic Youth.
Also, Not All Who Wander Are Lost by Lana Del Rey and What I Want by Muna. You're
so right.
I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I'm a Jehovah's Witness. I'm pointing to something that we're going to put in here, and that's on it.
I just put, like, a really rancid picture that's, like, super, like, pseudo-religious. Like, okay,
all right, guys,
we still don't know how to end it.
Yep. See you later. Bye.
You are listening to Nameless.